What's up?
This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period.
Oh, that back to see if we gonna catch it, Queen. So yeah, I'm back in. What's up with you?
All right, now I think we're good. Okay, cool.
You're choking on this ginger though. Let me tell you something. This ginger.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. When I went to that place I went to in California a few weeks ago, I would call myself trying to be cool and trying all these different juices, and it was like this mango ginger juice, and I know how ginger get down, but I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be good." I filled the cup up. I smelt a taste of that juice, and I was like, "No, I'm good."
I'm weird. Like when I buy ginger from the farmer's market, I literally buy like the pound bag. Like it's like a bag of like I think it's like 4 pounds.
What you do with it?
I juice it. I juice all of it. So I add it in my juices, or I'll just take shots of it because I think because my diet, because I don't stick to one solid diet. Like I'll go from vegan to vegetarian to eating meat to doing this. Like my body processes food really, really weird. So just to kind of keep my immune system, my digestive system on track, I just take shots of ginger. But I also get a lot of headaches. I don't know what it is, but
Probably because when you be taking drugs.
I never take drugs. I don't know my name.
All right, so back to the episode. So yeah, for real, I think I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I'm having this so two things. So I have some friends that have been diagnosed with coronavirus, and it's kind of scary. So obviously, I knew I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's getting real, y'all. But now it's to the point now that it's getting closer to home. I'm like feeling like I'm having symptoms myself. Like even right now, my throat is sore, but I haven't been around nobody, so I'm just like,
oh, you need that ginger.
Here you go. I don't want no ginger poo. But no, it's just really crazy. So I did want to talk about something before are you ready for Shop Talk?
I'm always ready for Shop Talk, baby.
Okay, so for Shop Talk, I wanted to, for my contribution, I want to talk about the stimulus check that people have been.
I need the girls to know what's going on, what they can get, what they can't get, and what they got out there, and they need to research on their own. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, they do. The thing is, the government don't even know how they're doing this, which is not a shocker at all. But as we do know, at least as it applies to people like me and you, I can't really speak for students and kids and things like that. But I do know that all tax-paying citizens, for the most part, qualify for a $1,200 stimulus check. If you owe birth control, if you owe child support, you do not qualify. If you do not pay taxes, you don't qualify. So, unfortunately, there are people who live off of like disability and other government provided assistance, and they don't pay taxes. They don't exactly qualify unless, which is funny, if they report their 1099 every year, which people would not normally do because it's like, I'm not getting any taxes back, so why would I file anything? You know what I'm saying? So they basically are SOL, which sucks because I feel like those are the people that are in need the most. They have the lower income. They actually have no income besides that, which is provided by the government. Now I'm hoping they reassess this and to kind of determine how they're going to distribute the money. But knowing this administration, they probably don't exactly care. Also, retired people, they qualify as long as they were not listed as a dependent on someone else's taxes. And the people that are getting the money is based on their 2018 and 2019 taxes who made less than a $75,000 adjusted gross income, which is interesting because adjusted gross income isn't necessarily how much money you made. It's like after everything. So let's say you made $100,000 and you wrote off $25,000 worth of stuff. Now you made $75,000 as your adjusted gross income. So now you qualify for the stimulus check, which I think is interesting. And they as well. So along with that, there are things that they've implemented to quote unquote assist the economic state of the world, of the country. So they are setting back people's student loan payments. So for me, I know that my student loans, they've deferred them to September with no penalty and no interest, which is good because let's say I decided to go ahead and pay, instead of my money going towards interest, it goes to the overall price of my loans, and I'm still not paying. I've been paying consistently. I'm gonna take this break to save some money, so thanks y'all. And what else do I have here? Yeah, so that's basically it. So essentially, if you file tax in 2018, 2019, you get $1,200. Now, I don't know what this package does for the containment of the virus, because it seems like they care more about the financial aspect than the livelihood of others, but we're going to see.
Yep. So I just wanted to add some things to that I heard and I saw and I read. So if you're like leasing a car out, you defer payments on it for I think up to 2 months, and then it'll go on the back end of your loan. And if I'm not mistaken, it won't have any interest at it. Same thing can go for your mortgage and a few other things. As far as people who rent like me, we don't got too many options, so that's gonna be probably the only thing we got to pay for. But you can do that with like your phone bill, all type of stuff. You just have to see what your options are, because everybody's companies are different. But I think people have read like, oh, they're gonna defer it for but you have to actually call them and set that up. It's just not gonna happen automatically.
Yep. You're right. So the car note thing is so funny, because you're right. They are letting people push back their car notes. But I actually have a friend who financed her car, and they're telling her that it's going to make her interest go up if she does it. So it's like, please just.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, just call y'all. Don't just assume, because when this is all over, they have no problem hitting you with a bill. Trust them. They're probably counting on it. Yeah. I'm trying to get that mortgage thing straightened out right now.
Listen.
But yeah, for me personally, obviously I want to pay my bills, but if I don't have to, even if I had $1 million, I'm still gonna push my mortgage back, because I'm gonna take this opportunity to save as much money as I can. So when things go back to normal, I got a little leg up. You know what I'm saying?
You heard you. That's what I'm on too. And then hopefully, outside open back up before my birthday. So I don't know.
I seen that meme. It was like, growing up, your mama always said outside ain't going nowhere. Now look, outside gone.
Okay. No, that outside ain't going. I'm so glad I was outside in these streets before. Cause
what you got for shots out?
Oh, so let me just start off with our homeboys, Sean Garret and The Dream. So I don't know if y'all saw it or not, if y'all don't know what's going on. So basically, Sean Garret and Dream got on live, and they had sort of like, because everybody been doing like these live DJ events and all type of stuff. So they decided to have like a battle between who was the best producer and writer. And Sean Garret has made some amazing hits. Like, he's written for some of the biggest artists. I'm talking about Beyonce, blah, 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 but so has The Dream. But me personally, the way I'm looking at it, it was just funny because I think that Sean Garret may have been on drugs. And I don't want to put this on.
A lot of people are saying that.
But he was geeked up. Like, his face, the face he was making, he was like licking his tongue out like he was eating cat. And like, he kept blinking like, it was crazy. I think
they made a lot of gifts off of him.
Yes, because he would, oh my God, it was so funny. So, but, just talking about music, I'm a person on music. I love new music, old music. Like, I get into who produced it. Like, if it's a good song, and I can hear it. Like, sometimes, like, even if I don't read the credits, I can kind of hear like, oh, okay, so-and-so made this beat because
they got that style.
Yeah. So I'm big on that. So for one, just looking off of stats and just my personal experience about listening to each producer's music, I'm always go towards The Dream. And I'm not saying that to discredit Sean Garret, but I think that even with The Dream just an all-around good producer, writer, and an artist. See, that's the thing. See, Sean Garret did try to make music on his own, but it didn't hit.
Did he?
Yeah, I remember he had this one song called he had this one song. Hold on, let me just Google another one, because I know he had a popular song. The only song that's coming up in my head right now is a song called Get It Out, and it's featuring Nicki Minaj. He had that song a long time ago. But his music career didn't stick. See, The Dream, let me tell you something. The Dream he's still doing shows off them CDs, them songs from back in the day.
Look, Jeremiah got a whole career for sounding like him.
Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
I remember I first heard the Jeremiah song. I swore it was a dream.
Let me tell you something. That whole era of the dream, yeah, I'm looking up some songs by Sean Garrett. Gripping, Feel Love, Please Forgive, and about I don't know none of these songs. I'm sorry. Now on the good side, Sean Garrett has written his major songs that he put out. Yeah, by Usher, Sierra's Goodies, Mario's Breakup, which is one of my favorites.
That's the notable one for me. Cause whenever I think of Sean Garrett, I think of that song.
Yes. Nicki Minaj's first single, Massive Attack. Which
I didn't like that song.
Yeah, that song didn't do well at all. So I mean, whatever. But
they
left something off of here though, because if I'm not mistaken, he wrote "Get Me Body" for Beyonce.
Did he or did the Dream write it?
The Dream wrote a lot of other songs.
And people were trying to throw some shade, talking about, wow, they wrote Beyonce's career. No, Beyonce made their career. Let's be very clear, because if they would have wrote any of those songs for somebody else, they would have not hit like Beyonce. Beyonce is a performer and she is a talent. Don't get it twisted. Their whole life was based off songs they wrote for Beyonce.
Pussycat Dolls, he wrote Buttons, Britney Spears, Toy Soldier. Listen,
really?
all hits. But let me tell you something. Hold on, let me go to the Dream. I don't even have to look it up. But I'm off top.
I'm in love with you, babe. I actually knew about the Dream from his solo career before I knew about him writing. I swear to God.
I Love Your Girl.
Okay. Love Your Girl.
What was my favorite song? Fancy.
Like, what's the song he got with Rihanna? Umbrella. Ella,
What? It's cute.
Oh, you're right.
How can you come for Radio Killer like that?
Radio Killer.
So, yeah,
Falsetto.
He did Falsetto. He did Ride by Sierra. Britney Spears' Me Against the Music, which was a major hit. Okay. Beyonce Partition, Single Ladies.
Really? Oh yeah, I knew about Single
Ladies by Mariah Carey, and Baby by Mariah Carey. Oh, Baby for Justin Bieber. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Why would Sean Garrett even get in that live?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how dare you even?
You mad, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't mad, but I was just
watch it. I'm not really driven by music.
Even the artist was just like, just end it. Like, you got to.
First of all, it looked like they didn't even know how to use live. First of all,
the Dream definitely was lost. That was funny. She was like, "Wait, can you see me?" And you got a little voice. She like, "Wait, can you see me? Am I doing it right?"
Just stay in the studio, baby. Go ahead and log out for me.
But the live is still up if you want to go watch it. It's still up now.
I will not.
It's so funny though, but you should, But anywho, yeah. I'm just a Dream. I'm a Dream fan anyway. He had a concert maybe like a year ago, and I was on tour and I could not go, and I was so mad. But
we saw him at Revolt Summit.
So I'm at Revolt perform though.
You didn't go there? You wasn't there?
He didn't perform.
He didn't, but he talked.
I don't care about that. I want to hear the hits.
I feel that. That's hilarious. I wonder who would you like to see go neck and neck next? People was talking about like who would Missy Elliott go up against. I'm like, nobody.
Oh, you know what though? It's not a lot. Now that I can think of off bat, but for real, it ain't really a lot of female producers that be like Missy Elliott has done a lot. Now, ain't no shade. She not close to Missy, but she definitely wrote a lot of songs for a lot of artists.
Who?
Carrie Hilson.
Oh, true. You know, ever since G5G, they don't stomp Carrie even lower. But Carrie, you cannot deny her talent. That's a fact. And the thing is, as much as people hate her, when she do show up, they don't never have nothing negative to say. So it just is what it is.
A1. But Candy Burris. Hold on now.
Rihanna Sequana, my girl. Somebody said that Missy should go up against Candy. I was like, all right. Not now. For me, it's not about the hits. It's about they not even the same type of artist at all.
Yeah. I would say that when it comes to hits that stick, definitely Candy.
Okay.
Like Bills. She wrote a lot of hits that were like Candy. Candy wrote music for like NSYNC.
She wrote that her and Tiny wrote Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, which the hugest song of 2017 if you ask me.
Man, so it's different, but Missy music is like more relatable, and then it's like more like black to me. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like
I know what you mean. It's not like crossover. I mean, Missy is a crossover artist, but it's still a black, like in a black way.
It go off like her. But yeah, Candy definitely is. Now that I think about it, she probably is like top.
I want to see Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo.
All right, are we living there?
112 versus Jagged Edge.
Okay, so I have this conversation all the freaking time. And I don't know if it's because I'm from Atlanta, but I'm gonna always say Jagged Edge. The songs just speak for itself.
You don't think 112 from Atlanta?
They from Atlanta?
Yeah. They named Club 112 right off Chester Bridge. Where they name came from?
That goes to show that Jagged Edge really is a black community.
Nah, you're right.
Jagged Edge, let me tell you something. Now I ain't trying to say that 112 ain't had no kids, because Cupid and all that.
Jagged Edge had whole albums all the way through. You're right.
No skips.
Remember they came back with What a Party At? That was a comeback song. That was a hit.
Listen.
Salsa that really ain't do no wrong for the most part. They had a few people that didn't really take off.
Let me tell you something. OD Podcast is still shook by Jagged Edge Promise to this day.
And if you know, you know. Every time I think of Promise, I think about that blow pop that they had in their mouth.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. No, I don't even want to talk about it no more. Because people.
Where you thought 112 was from, though?
Because I always say that when it comes to male R&B, I always put Jagged Edge at the top. I do like Tank. I love Tank. I feel like Tank has really good music, has a good voice.
His last album was fire.
I just don't really trust people who be putting like Trey Songz at the top. I don't really see it.
Really? Is he a singer though?
But they be like, man, I'm just like, well,
let's do him versus Usher. What's good?
You want to put Chris Brown with Trey? Like, I don't get it. Music.
Yeah, Chris.
Hit different.
People, yeah. Okay. That's not funny. Anyway, okay. So I would like to see Usher against who was an equivalent for the Usher era? Was it just him?
It was Genuine.
Oh, true. Still Usher gonna win it though.
He's gonna win it, yeah.
Usher is like one of the most relevant long-term male artists to me.
It ain't.
Okay, hold on. Who next? Monica. And,
but we just R&B just. I wish that we could just switch bodies with R. Kelly with somebody else, because he had just played a big role in male R&B. Like, not even just male R&B, but he wrote some. I never knew that R. Kelly wrote pretty much everything on the radio.
It's funny. I didn't know that. And I actually, honest to God, was not really a big R. Kelly fan, so I didn't even know that either.
It's like, I mean, his music was just like really good, but it's more so the songs that he wrote. And he was just, for somebody who can't read, he sure writes some good music. I ain't even trying to be funny, but we ain't gonna talk about it too much. We ain't gonna give him too much airtime.
Next, all right, cool. And last but not least, Monica versus Brandy. They gonna argue though. They little contest is gonna go get personal.
Yeah, I have personal ties to, not like kind of personal ties to Monica just by association, but I'm a.
Me too. We got the same last name.
So period. But facts are facts, and I just feel like Brandy definitely would win that just because of, for one, her vocals and then her music. Monica got more hood hits. That's the thing. Like Monica music definitely stick hard in the hood. Like people will fight over Monica.
Listen, I'm about to fight you through the computer screen because I would never choose Brandy over Monica, but I get it.
I understand, but
Brandy had a more lasting impact. I mean, she had TV shows.
I'm talking about music only. Forget the shows. I ain't talking.
Yeah, I was talking about just legendary impact. No, you're right. Never say never.
Monica definitely had like some in-home, clean up the music, clean up the house hits.
Hits that stick.
Yeah, they stuck, but they was hood hits. I ain't gonna try to, you know. But we ain't on that. I still love you, Mom, for life. Let me tell you something. The auntie of Atlanta.
The auntie of Atlanta, shut up. All right, you got anything else for Shop Talk?
Might be Queen of Atlanta. I'm sorry to carry on with that one so long, but I just get real passionate when it comes to music. I'll do one more because I did have more than that, but I overdid it with that last one, so I'll do one more and keep it short. Let me choose another one. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see which one is more important.
Are you good, love?
Okay, so have you heard about this story between Hitmaker and his girlfriend, saying that he hit her?
Yeah, the girl that he said is not his girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, but so it's saying that, well, he showed cameras.
Yeah.
Somebody had broke in and apparently did that to him, but he ain't got no hit. So they, she was just like, whatever. But I don't know. So as of lately, I've just been watching a lot of TV shows and movies about people who fake stuff like that. So it's kind of opened my eyes, because I do believe that, domestic violence is definitely real. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand that people be lying.
Yeah, no, you're right. I can't remember if this was on the police report that I saw or if it was something else, but he was saying that him and the girl was chilling. She kept like insisting that they go to the pool, and you see where the dudes broke in at the pool. And then in her phone, they took her phone and they checked that she had texted the guys his address right before they came to the house.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, honestly, this is the thing. Just being 1,000%, I know people who have gone to prison for setting people up, like doing this type of stuff for a living, and it's not shocking. Girls who have used dudes to, to get them in a vulnerable state and take advantage of them. Like, he probably was supposed to die. Like, just keeping it real based on what happened, because them dudes took off as soon as the alarm went off. Like, I didn't think he had an alarm. Like, they clearly had a plan and it failed. And it's unfortunate because it does, obviously she was pistol whipped, but I'm curious to know how that happened. Was she trying to attack him, or what happened? Because if he didn't have any harm, what was the reason for him to try to quote unquote protect himself? But it's a fishy situation for sure. I obviously don't know him personally, but I kind of am leaning more towards the side of that was probably a setup.
For sure. I'm definitely doing on the same. It just kind of made me sad, just because I'm always rooting for somebody black, okay? And like, he kind of like fell off, especially after Love and Hip Hop. Like, he had like a really, 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 really bad reputation after. Mm-hmm. And so just to see somebody, like, I'm always for somebody making a comeback. I don't know who had the better comeback, him or Tiger, but
he did for sure.
He definitely just came back strong. You know what I'm saying? He changed his name and went off. So, you know what I'm saying? Just to see something like that happen and to know that it could possibly have been a setup, is just fucked up. Like, I just don't like it.
It's so crazy that people go through those limbs. I mean, literally, I just feel like setting somebody up and bringing harm to them, now you cutting off your benefits. Why you can't just ride, you know what I'm saying, be down for the ride, like enjoy the benefits that come with dealing with somebody, but you rather to bring them harm and have somebody come into their personal space where they stay at, lay their head at, and now you could potentially be throwing your life away. But it's like, I feel like people who do stuff like that, they literally do not think about the repercussions. They just want what they can get in that moment.
Yeah, no, that sucks. Sorry, that ginger is really getting me.
You smoke them cigarettes. I seen you.
One thing about me, I don't smoke cigarettes. Now, I used to smoke Black and Milds. I quit smoking Black and Milds like 4 years ago.
I hear that, Paul.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 2.
No, it was longer than that. I stopped smoking blacks a long time ago. I still smoke hookah though, so I don't care.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, ain't nobody tell you to call me out, niece.
Sorry, Aunt. All right, so do we have anything else to add before I transition?
That's triggering, but no.
Okay. So a couple of weeks ago on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, there was a situation where basically, so Kenya was married to Mark Daly, and we know Nene is married to Greg Leaks. Okay, cool. So Mark invited Greg to a charity event, and Kenya is not cool with Nene, and she didn't want Nene to come. And she basically felt like Mark was supposed to beef at that wedding with her, but people, basically he was just like, no, like that's not, I like Greg. Greg is my dude. And Greg was like, well, if I can't come, my wife can't come. So my question to you is basically, when you're in a relationship with somebody and you are beefing with somebody, should that beef be mutual? Should they be also beefing? Or do you just let them, carry on with their friendship as they had it before?
I'm not a fan. I don't want to say I'm not a fan of the show, but I don't watch the show, so I don't keep up. So I don't even know how long Kenya and this man been dating with each other, or how long.
Not for long. Just no.
That, and then also, I don't know how long him and Greg have been friends. Like, were they friends before that happened?
So yeah, let me add some basis to it, because this is relevant to, I think, to your decision making. So Kenya and Mark got married after like being together for like 4 months, and I think they at the most they were married for 2 years. Now, it's also mindful to note their relationship was not in a good place. He was very disrespectful to her on the show and probably in real life. And even on this episode, they got a divorce the next day. So, just to kind of like paint the picture of the scene. But I'm pretty sure him and Greg did not know each other before the show, before Kenya, before any of that. And yeah, so that's basically what it is.
Well, with that situation, I can kind of understand where Kenya is coming from a little bit, because it just seemed almost like a clout chase. Because realistically, Kenya and Nene, they have never been like friends, so where they hang out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not like something that, this is my, we eat dinner together, we go on double dates together, we hang out, blah, blah, blah. So it's not one of those situations. It just looks like a clout chase from her part of it, well, his part of it, because y'all haven't known each other that long. And then you're just so pressed for them to be there or be, have them at your event or whatever, just because of, in my opinion, it's just because who they are, even though you are cool with them.
I actually felt the same way, honestly, because there were some people that he invited to speak at this event that he didn't really know like that. And even when they were there at the event, he wasn't very welcoming to them or friendly. And I'm thinking, like, Mark is really benefiting off of his wife's celebrity status. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this event wouldn't have even gotten attraction. And number one, if it wasn't on the show and if you didn't have those people, because Kenya missed the whole season because he didn't want to be on TV. And now you're on TV and you want all those TV acts to be at your event. So for me, I feel like it just varies, right? So I know some situations where I was beefing with somebody and my ex at the time or my boyfriend at the time was not beefing with that person. I just feel like there has to be a line drawn. Like, I totally am for people making their own judgment. Maybe my experience with this person is not going to be the same experience that you have. But if I'm going to be there, that's just going to have to be what it is. The person that I'm beefing with should already know what's up. We not cool. So you don't need to come where I'm at. So I expect my man to be like, nah, we're going to have to just sit this one out.
Yeah. Now, I feel like if it's situations, because I've had this situation happen with me. So I dated somebody for 5 years and we lived together. And my friends, of course, over time, they built a friendship with him as well. So when we broke up, I had no communication with him. No social media, no text, no nothing. Like, we didn't talk and we didn't follow each other. I didn't like the fact that my friends were like, well, some of them, because one of my friends in particular, we personally haven't, at that time, we weren't friends for a long time. Like, we were only friends for less than a year. And then you lived in a whole different state and you've only come up to visit maybe like 2 times, like you were living in Florida. So I didn't appreciate the fact that after we broke up, they were just still kikiing online, like everything was cool. And I'm just like, realistically, like, it's not like you knew him for a long time. That's not your friend.
Yeah, it should be nothing for you to cut him off.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, well, you shouldn't introduce people to people if you don't want them to be cool. I'm like, well, this was somebody I was dating. We're not dating no more, so you should definitely cut them off because it looks fishy. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah, especially if something happens for the reason for y'all to break up. Like, they crossed you in a way that was very disrespectful. I would personally be like, I'm good on you. Like, that's not even cool.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like, my friends who've been around since like kind of day one, they didn't cut him off.
Because I cut him off.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they didn't cut him off but I wouldn't expect them to just away overnight because, I mean, he was, he was cool with them. Like, and he was around for so long, and it's not like he was my boyfriend that we lived together, like living in the same house. So, you know, whatever we did together, and he was always around. So I get that. But I just think that it depends on the extent of how long y'all been friends. Now, when it comes to somebody in a relationship, like say for instance, if I'm beefing with somebody and I'm dating somebody, now that's different because at this point when we decide to date, we are one, okay? We are a union. So if I ain't fucking with this person or this person cross me, you ain't got nothing to say to them. Like no conversation. Like you don't have to be rude to them. You don't have to be an asshole. But realistically, it's nothing for y'all to talk about for real.
Literally. What if they were friends with them before y'all started dating?
Oh well, I was playing out.
Fat dog. Period.
That's different. I'm actually kind of lenient when it comes to stuff like that. Like if y'all knew each other before, okay, cool. But just give it a break. Because I be feeling like when stuff like that happens, it's a conversation, and the conversation is always going to be revolved around our relationship. And it's just like, girl.
Yeah, you're right. I think first of all, I think that this is when social distance goes beyond coronavirus. You need to keep your distance. So I've had a situation where I was friends with someone and they dated a friend of mine for a long time, and then they broke up, and I still was cool with that person. Now I didn't hang around them as frequently, but because I just didn't have a reason to like beef with this person, that I still like kept in contact, but not like it just wasn't the same anymore. It was not the same at all, but I just feel like me cutting them off is kind of creating unnecessary beef, but I knew where to draw the line. Like I think I just saw this person for the first time some months ago, and even then it was kind of weird. It was like,
yeah, I'm already weird about making friends these days just because people just be weird AF, but
I am.
Yeah, I'm definitely cautious about that. I don't like people being in my space because it's like certain stuff I talk about with my friends. I don't want to have to like censor that or can't talk about it just because somebody new is around. Like I don't want them in my business. Sorry.
What if you don't like your significant other's friends?
Then I don't like them. Like I tell him, and I'm so sick because that has happened before too. That has happened. Same ex. Because my other exes, I was cool with their friends. But this particular ex, he hung around this one particular friend, and that friend will always bring around new friends, and then I would just be like, so who is this hoe? Because
yeah, because you ain't never mentioned him before. Hold on now.
Hi, how are you? So he Halloween. We was going to a party. And he invited his friends over to the house, and my friends were there. So then he ended up bringing a new friend over with the boy. So I'm looking at the boy like, hey, how you doing? You know, we introduced ourselves. So after that was my first time ever meeting him. After that, they started hanging out. And I forgot what happened, but something happened to where the boy was flirting with him, and I felt that he was flirting with him, and he liked him, but he insisted on me that it wasn't true, and as well as his other friend. He's like, oh no, they don't like each other like that, da, 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 da. But I'm like, I don't know this boy, and he's very flirty. He be giving him stuff, like he come home with stuff that he ain't had before. So I'm like,
oh yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? So after a while, I'm like, I don't fuck with y'all because you gonna sit here and lie and take up for this. Like I understand that's your friend, but I also wouldn't let my friend do their fucking boyfriend who ain't doing nothing wrong. I would not let that happen. And so I ended up having to confront the boy about it, just how I felt. And of course he denied it. And then it just became an issue after that. Like he would try to speak to me. I wouldn't speak. I would just be, because I didn't want him to feel like, I know what's going on. Like I feel it. And I'm usually never wrong when I feel stuff. Like my instincts be on point.
Listen, people usually, when you have them thoughts, you usually not wrong. You got them thoughts for a reason.
Yeah. So that happened in like 2012. We broke up. I still don't like that boy. I see the boy out to this day, and he know why I don't say nothing to him. I just look at him and keep going.
There probably was some fishy going on. That's a sad part because people would literally lie to your face.
Whenever we would have an argument, he would leave the house. That's where he would go. He would go over there with them.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm
telling all y'all business.
That's what I'm Man, I don't see it.
I've been in a relationship where I didn't like my significant other's friends before, and it really started to draw a wedge because their loyalty to their friend and then their newly developed loyalty towards me, if that makes sense. So it's like we go way back all these years, me and you together, been together 1 to 2 years, whatever the case is, and they just did not know how to draw the line. And so when that person would get disrespectful or if they would just do things out of line, they really didn't have my back. It was more so, but just chill. He ain't mean like that, or they didn't mean like that. So now I look crazy. Now I'm arguing with y'all when I know I ain't tripping. So it just eventually we just had to break up. But it wasn't just for that specific reason. But I felt like you ain't got my back in this. Who knows what you'll let go down? I ain't with it.
Let me tell you something. That shows a lot. Like if you can't check your friends for real, like realistically, I know them your folks, but especially if it's some stuff going down where I don't feel comfortable, I feel like you should check it.
Don't have me looking crazy.
Yeah. Oh, you can hit the door, and I ain't playing. One thing about it. I'm selling.
I feel like I look at all my relationships very seriously, and I just feel like if there's anything that's making me uncomfortable, it needs to be addressed. Now, every little thing can't be an issue, but I'm pretty sure we have enough judgment to be able to, like, she shouldn't be talking to you like that, or he shouldn't be kicking like that when you come around, or make stuff. I think I was looking at this interview from this couple. I think they were on like a reality show, and basically the husband's best friend, it was a guy, he called their daughter fat. And the wife got mad, and the husband didn't check him about it. He didn't even see what the problem was. But the issue is that this daughter had a disease that has something to do with her weight gain. And so the wife was mad because the husband didn't check it, and he was just like, he didn't mean it that way. Okay, well, you still need to apologize because now I'm mad.
Girl, that wasn't her husband. That was his husband. And that's just on that. Since you want to be up his ass and taking up for him, be with him.
Period.
We're talking about that the other day. I do have a situation that happens a lot. I have friends who are in the industry. This is different and I only have to bring this up because people in the industry do stuff way different than us regular folks do. I always end up having to like say for instance, if I'm friends with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, even it don't even have to be nothing in the industry, but like say for instance, I'm a makeup artist, so of course I'm going to run into a lot of people, a lot of women. So if I'm friends with you, right, and then my client is who is your current boyfriend's ex.
Okay, hold on. Your friend is my current boyfriend.
Your friend, right?
Uh-huh.
Your current boyfriend's ex-girlfriend also books me to do her makeup as well.
Okay, I don't like that.
See what I'm saying? And then we get cool. I get cool with both of y'all. Like you're my client and that's my client. But yeah, they be have my client. They'll have a problem with that sometimes. They'll be like, "Oh, so
what's the problem though?"
Well, I think it's just because like sometimes people be feeling like loyalty. They love that word. People love it.
I get it. That's not loyalty though. You know what? I can't even say because I just think
it's business. Like you can't get mad at business because at the end of the day, I have to make my money and I have to do me.
And it would depend on how close me and you are. Like I feel like if you're just my makeup artist, obviously people get cool with the people that provide those kind of services for them. Like I had a situation where me and a friend was no longer cool anymore. We went to the same wax lady. You think I'm finna like tell her to stop waxing her? No, okay, we don't have the same appointment. It don't have nothing to do with nothing. But when it comes to the point where I feel like maybe you might be talking about me or sharing my business, then obviously there's an issue. But I think for the most part, if we don't have a tight relationship like that, I don't think that should even matter.
Good point.
Period. What about, have you beef with people with your significant other's relatives?
No, I'm when it comes to stuff like that, I'm very respectful. Now I have situations where, if anything, somebody who I've talked to and we stop talking, they freaking relatives still be hitting me up trying to have conversations with me, and I think that's weird because it's just like, hey, I don't date your son no more, so you gonna have to do this.
You know what? They know you was the one that got away, because I definitely had that situation. It was more like a help me type situation.
Yeah, like but I think they knew the child wasn't shit.
Yeah, I actually have never. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever beefed with relatives, but I have built very close relationships with my ex's parents, and they like after we break up, they'll be like, "Yeah, I know. You just got to be patient with them." I don't have that kind of patience. I ain't no doctor. Okay.
Yeah, y'all birthed this man, not me. So
exactly next, but yeah, they'll be like, I knew it was only a matter of time, but you just so good for him. Okay, I'm good for a lot of people. That don't mean we got to be together. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry that I'm a good catcher, ain't I? You will go get a bat.
Say what?
I don't know. I was thinking like,
you don't tell how long we've been recording?
Huh?
You don't tell how long we've been recording?
No. Sorry, the joke went over my head too. I was saying because I'm a good catch, and then I said go get a bat like a baseball. Okay, never mind. Maybe not. Sorry.
All right, so
you better have notes. She got a notepad, y'all. The notepad is going off.
I seen your post the other day about like missing out on money and stuff. How are you making it like with this coronavirus and being a freelancer?
So this may sound weird, but I let companies owe me for a minute, so that way I can like, hey, you owe me money when I need it.
Yeah.
So I still have money coming in from that, but luckily I do roommate, so that also plays a big factor in my money situation, because if I didn't, I would be fucked.
Y'all rent is literally my mortgage.
Yeah, so I would have been effed up if that happens. Had I, I probably would have better saving habits if I lived by myself. But for the most part, I would have been effed up. But everything is working out pretty cool. I am missing out on a lot of money. Like for real. When I didn't think about it initially because I was like, whatever. All this stuff is being canceled. It'll come back. Like they'll, reschedule it. It'll get back to it. And then I just sat down and realized, like, because I think that initially because it went away so fast in China that I'm like, it won't be here that long.
Right, but no, they
now that I see how people are treating it and how people are just not taking it seriously, it's starting to like worry me a little bit. So I had to sit down and calculate it. I promise you, I probably calculated maybe like $7,000 within a month that I won't be getting. Plus, okay.
That ain't even include a gratuity.
So, yeah, my heart fell because I'm like, dang, my birthday coming up, and I'm trying to move. I want a new car.
Yeah, so I mean, man, I want a new car too, man. But my car is not. I'm glad I didn't get it because it was just gonna sit there collecting pollen. New car smell be gone by the end of summer.
The car that I want, it's gonna blend in. The pollen gonna blend in on it.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I don't need no new bills. Now I'm like, I'm just gonna ride my verse out because it's paid for.
Okay.
Shut up. But no, I mean, even for myself, I still get kind of worried. Like my job has been pretty busy. My workload. But what if one day the CEO was like, you know what, we got to put this project on hold, and I kind of got hired to assist with the rollout of this project. So it's like, well, do y'all need me? Okay. It's scary. I can't lie. So I always think like, okay, if I get unemployment, it's gonna be enough to pay my mortgage, and that's about it. Like, so what else? Like,
don't think like that, Leash.
I know I try not to, but I just remember when during the last recession and how people were saying. I mean, obviously everybody's lifestyle is a little bit different, but I know nothing's guaranteed, and I save and all that other stuff, but savings run out when you use it. So I just need to not have to resort to using it.
Well, I'll tell you what won't run out. OnlyFans, you better sign up.
Okay. Oh my God, okay, we ain't gotta talk about that one today, but we need to talk about the people.
I got you.
Yeah.
Just chill. I got
you. You got anything else you want to add?
I just want to tell everybody to please stay at home so I can go back to work. Please.
Oh.
My birthday. It's hot outside. It's 80 degrees. Can't enjoy it. Like, I'm going to really appreciate outside so much better. Like, I'm going to go out every day. I ain't going to.
Yeah, me too, so I can burn out. I can't believe I'm interested. I mean, I've been exercising and stuff, like going for walks in my neighborhood, but food is right there. But next time I re-up on groceries, I'm literally only getting organic stuff, like plant-based stuff. I have to.
Stop with me, Pooh. We can practice social distancing.
I do need to go to the farmer's market.
Come on, so let go whenever you're ready.
You're crazy. Well,
Ready.
anyway. Oh, sorry.
Don't cut me off. I ain't doing that. I just want to give a couple shout outs. I want to shout out to me for just being me out here in these streets, just doing me. I want to give a shout out to Azalea Banks because she talking about how people can't do shit for a bitch. And I just want to give a shout out to coronavirus because you a bad bitch. You stopped so many bags. This is the biggest bag. I never stopped this many bags. Like, you really a bad bitch for that, for real, coronavirus. Like, I ain't never seen nobody go worldwide with the bag stop.
Okay.
Like, that's crazy. But yeah, I had to say, teach me your ways, Auntie Rhonda.
You're crazy. Anyway, y'all. All right. It's been another episode via Zoom OD podcast. I can't wait to be back recording in the studio, and I'll be happy with the outcome of the episodes.
Oh my gosh, she has no faith, y'all.
I do have faith. I just want it to be perfect.
Evans. Anywho, all right, y'all. Bye, niece.